Mafia.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to another episode of Aqua Mafia Watches Gravity Falls. I'm Jesse.
I'm Golden.
I'm Frankie.
Today we are watching Season 2, Episode 13, Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons.
I like this title.
So, what do we think this episode's going to be about?
Now, I think, because where we left off, they finally got the, agents to go away.
Mm-hmm.
Mind wiping them.
Mm-hmm.
And they went through a backstory of when they grew up.
Yeah.
So now, I think, since we found out Stan, real Stan, I guess? Real grown
I mean, they
Stan.
still call him Stan.
Yeah.
It's Stanley and Stanford, but he insists on being called Ford. So
yeah.
it's Stan and
Okay.
Ford.
So Ford is back and kind of trying to fix things. I think they're going to be exploring some of the places that he wrote about in the book. And yeah.
Yeah. Or we could find out what's on the other side. It could just be dungeons, dungeons, and dungeons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a new character. I don't think I mentioned it last time. I might have. I don't remember. But Ford is actually voiced by J.K. Simmons.
Oh.
The guy, J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies. He's also, what's his face? Aang's son in Legend of Korra. And the yellow M&M.
Oh.
Favorite.
I love J.K. Simmons because, he'll do Oscar stuff like Whiplash, and then he'll be the yellow M&M in commercials for the last 2 decades. And he's and they're both, he puts this all into all this work. It's a job. He doesn't care about prestige. This is my job. I like doing voice acting. It pays well. I don't care. So it was cool when he showed up on this show. Oh, he's on Gravity Falls. Oh, that's so good. All right, well, let's check out Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons. But first, you should have watched this episode on your own. If you didn't, shame on you. Pause the video, buy a DVD or a Hulu subscription, or maybe it's on TV right now, coincidentally. Watch this episode first, and then come back and join us. All right, let's watch.
It's nice to finally have a day where nothing interesting happens whatsoever. Ah! Everyone get down! Don't let it taste human flesh!
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Can we keep it?
Kill it! Gotcha!
Oh my gosh, that eye was also a mouth.
Great, now get it out of here. Smells like if death could barf. Great Uncle Ford! Need any help with that?
I'm sorry, Dipper. On the dark, weird road I travel, I'm afraid you cannot follow.
Why did you bring it upstairs?
Call me for dinner.
Oh, Dipper, don't take it so hard.
No, do take
Right.
it hard. Take it hard and serious. Don't worry about what's in the basement. You belong up here with me and Mabel.
Yeah! Besides, the season finale of Detective is airing this Friday. That's all the mystery you need this week. Come on, quack with us, Dipper. Quack, 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 quack. Quack,
Yeah,
quack,
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 quack.
quack, 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 quack. Why isn't he quacking?
Yeah, look at the remote. So, Ford's around, but Dipper's still not getting answers.
Are you putting the volume up or are you going to try to pause this?
I'm gonna turn it up,
Okay.
but the theme song's always louder than the rest of the episode, so I'm waiting.
He's getting that Elsa cold moment, I want to build a snowman. No. Go away.
He did kind of barge up in the surface.
Hey, look at what I'm doing. No, you can't do this. I'm sorry, you're stupid.
So much is happening.
Where they say it was an earthquake, but you know what I think? I think I'm gonna have to start serving pineapple right side up cake. Am I right? Am I right?
Let the rebuilding of the town begin. Wrecking ball, start wrecking things.
Twin brothers come out of the
They're all so inept.
from
It's my favorite fantasy talking, level counting, statistics and graph paper involving game of all time. Dungeons, dungeons, and more dungeons. You want to play it with me?
Is it
Well,
possessed?
I do like unicorns, and that hot elf looks promising. How do you play?
First, you roll a 38-sided die to determine the level of each player's statistical analysis power orb. These orbs relate directly to the amount of quadrants that your team has dominion over, which is inverse to the anti-quadrants in your quadrant satchel.
And then we ride unicorns?
Yes! And no.
Oh wow! Would you look at that? 2 people!
Hey, Seuss, up for a little game of D&D and more D?
Oh, sorry, Dipper. I don't go in for that pen and paper kind of stuff. I'm more of an F-Clorper.
What?
F-Clorp. Foam and cardboard legitimate outdoor role-play.
Wow.
Passionate brother in a... Let's young priestess go, elf mage!
Never, Paladin Radmaster. Fireball! 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 I'm a fortress!
Say! Sorry, dude, but it is kind of nerdy. Well, I'm off to lay siege to a goblin fortress to my grandma's backyard!
Dipper, stop!
Great Uncle Ford!
What did I say about coming down here? My work is far too dangerous for a single living soul to spend even 1 second in... Wait, is that a 38-sided die from Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons?
Yeah! You know that game?
This is my favorite game in the whole multiverse. I can't believe they still make it.
They do! And I've been looking all day for someone to play with me.
My boy,
It's
do
just
you
going
know
away.
what this means? We must stop everything I've been working on at once and play! That's going to leave a mark.
Thankfully, you missed the period when the creators of the game tried to make it cooler.
Man, this game is boring.
You dare challenge
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dungeons and all that!
Oh my gosh, like Fresh Prince.
Must have been dark times, those 90s.
What is this?
Sounds like a good time to be stuck between dimensions. But I can show you a little something I brought back with me. An infinity-sided die.
Whoa! That's so cool! And impossible!
These things are outlawed in 9,000 dimensions. Infinite sides means infinite outcomes. If I rolled it, anything could happen. Our faces could melt into jelly. The world could turn into an egg. Or you could just roll an 8. Who knows? That's why I have to keep it in this protective, cheap plastic case. Now, back to the game.
Hey, look at you! Someone's all dressed up.
It's a big night. I think we all remember where we were when we learned Detective was shot.
Killing positions, everyone!
Ah! Graph paper! Kill it! Hey, at least I'm not all keyed up to watch a kid's show.
I'll have you know that Detective has
Ouch.
a big mystery element and a lot of humor that goes over kids' heads.
I like animals in human situations.
It's too meta right now.
Listen, Stanley, did it ever occur to you that if you joined us, you might actually have fun?
What? Now you listen to me. As long as I live, I will never
Uncle Stan, wait!
Stanley!
play your smarty pants nerd game.
No!
Mortals of Dimension 46 apostrophe backslash, kneel before me and... snivel! You are the smartest players I've ever met. That's why I'm going to eat your brains to gain your intelligence. It's what I do.
It's his thing. Your math is no match for my gun, you idiot!
Math brain! I'm not here to play games. Now to the forest for the ultimate game!
So, the room's free now. Detective. Nobody? More couch for Granda.
Everyone grab a weapon.
Nice.
We're
couch a blunt weapon or a projectile?
For credit, both.
We must be getting close. These fairy bites are getting more frequent.
Hey, look, listen.
Oh my god.
Your interlopers are. Ye must complete 7 unworldly quests, each more difficult than the last.
Oh my god. Okay, blunt weapon.
Purse.
Got it.
Dead?
He's magic, sweetie. I'm sure he's fine. There's no cops in the forest. We take this to our graves.
What do we do? The more wrinkly your brain gets, the more he'll want to eat it.
You must defeat me in Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons. Real life edition!
Ah, my ears! They're so pointy.
There better be something protective under this tunic. Oh, no, there isn't.
Seriously? Can't we just, like, arm wrestle or something?
Come on, this game was a lot of fun. I had my mom pack me a lunch. Ew, apple slices. I'll eat you last.
That's ugly.
The game
Someone
is a
here
battle
relates.
royale. We don't by casting spells.
What do we do? What are our moves?
There are no moves. You make them up.
What? Really?
Yes, I tried to tell you. This game involves math, but also risk and imagination.
Risk?
Imagination? Uncle Stan, make something up. It's just like lying.
You'll never outrun my ogre-nado. It is what it sounds like.
I cast Sin Tartar! Yeah!
Oh my god.
Mabel,
Disturbing.
I'm so confused and so proud right now.
So disturbing.
Sin Tartar.
Oh no! The Impossibeast! You don't understand. This is the most powerful monster in the game. He can only be defeated by rolling a perfect 38. But the odds of that are.
Hey, long odds are what you want when you're a world-class gambler. Papa needs a new pair of twins.
Wow.
No! Sorry, nerd wizard. All your smarts are no match for dumb luck.
Muffins!
The game is like over. Excelsior, whatever.
I'm returning to my own realm. I'm turning into pure math. What are the odds?
A gambler never reveals his secrets.
Man, that was fun for ages 8 to 80, or a million, or however old you guys are.
I just don't understand who shot you. The only person clever enough to defeat Ducktective is... Ducktective!
You had a twin brother all along? That's the big twist we were waiting for?
What a ripoff!
I predicted that like a year ago.
Oh.
You asked me earlier what I was working on. I dismantled the portal. An interdimensional gateway is too dangerous for the world it feeds into. That's why I was mad at Stan for using it. He saved me, but as I feared, the instability of the machine created this. An interdimensional rift.
So that's what Bill Cipher wants?
Guys, do you ever think maybe we're doing this because our lives aren't special enough? That we use fantasy as an escape to avoid the self-improvement we all need? That maybe we should just go out and grow as people?
Fortresses can't speak, darling.
I'm a fortress!
Does anyone want to rescue him?
I'm kind of tired.
In battle for a
Long day.
while.
Long day after clorbering.
Don't skip to the wizard, cause the wizard don't play nice.
Oh gosh.
So that was Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons.
That was a great episode.
Improve.
A little bit of filler, a little bit of slight progression for the overall plot. It was mainly, I think they want to do a Dungeons and Dragons episode.
A little bit of humiliation.
Oh yes, Ducktective is basically Gravity Falls in universe. I love it when shows have shows that are their shows in the show. Like, what was it on Steven Universe? Breakfast Friends?
Oh yeah.
That was just Steven Universe because it was just a bunch of characters crying all the time, which is what Steven Universe kind of is from the outside. So I don't get the show. It's just breakfast food crying. So I love that. Ducktective is basically stand-in for Gravity Falls, where it's got a lot of humor that goes over kids' heads, and a deep mystery. Grenda was great in this episode.
Yeah.
There are no cops in the forest. We take this to our graves.
So is Hot Elf.
Excelsior, whatever.
I was surprised Grenda was the one hanging off of him and not Mabel.
Yeah, Grenda's got a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Right, she does.
You guys forgot.
We did.
Yeah.
About the Baron.
She's the one that got the Baron.
Yeah. Yep. So yes, we learned a little bit more about Ford. He is a lot like Dipper. Clearly. And he destroyed the portal, but there's a little rift that was created. And he contained it. And it's potentially very dangerous.
Probably gonna crack.
But he and Dipper are kind of hanging out more. And is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? It's what Dipper's wanted all summer.
I think Dipper's just gonna snitch and say something on accident. He's so excited.
No, I feel like Bill will pop back up. He's like a dream demon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pull it out of his head. And they're like,
It's true. Although we don't know what Bill can and can't see at all times. He could be watching them now and they wouldn't know it.
yeah.
He could already know, or he could have known that this would happen and maybe orchestrated events to make sure that it happened. Like destroying the laptop and going inside Stan's head. It could all been him trying to get this to happen. We don't really know what Bill is capable of. If he's stuck in time, like can he perceive time as we do, or is he like 4-dimensional? Or what even does he want? We don't really know.
So at this point, Bill knows about Stanford, not necessarily Stanley.
Well, we're not sure, because we like I said, we don't really know. When they said Stanford, when Gideon first hired him to jump to the mine of Stanford Pines, that he was like, "Oh, interesting," and a bunch of things flashed in his eye. One of them was a younger Stan, and it was definitely Stan and not Stanford, because I believe he did have a mullet or something, and he saw the symbol on Stan's back in his eye flash as well, the one that was burned onto his back with his fight with his brother.
Yeah.
So he could know that they fought. We don't really know.
Or he could have just known about that machine and what that
Yes, it was
symbol
that
is.
symbol is part of the machine, so it could be related to that as well. Stan could be a blind spot for Bill.
I wonder if Ford knows about Bill at all.
Probably does.
That could have been one of the many enemies he was talking about. I've made many enemies over multiple.
When Stan came to visit him, he checked his eyes. Because remember
right.
when Dipper was possessed, he had Bill's eyes.
That's true. So yeah, that's
also there
more
are
likely.
a lot of triangle-shaped things in the house. So even if he's never met Bill or interacted with him, he's clearly studied him or is aware of his existence.
No, because in the journal, he talked about Bill.
That is true.
So he's aware of Bill, but I don't know. We don't know.
He has the method of summoning Bill, and he had in Journal 2, and in Journal 3 he has that message of never trust Bill.
Right.
So that's true. Because both Gideon and Dipper had passages in their journals about Bill.
Ooh, I wonder if there's going to be like a kind of one of those flashback episodes where he first meets Bill or something like that. That'd be cool.
And what was it McGucket said when he fell into the portal? It was like, when gravity falls and the ground becomes sky, fear the beast with one eye. Yeah. So something Bill's somehow connected to the portal. I mean, the portal was a bunch of triangles.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty clear that there's some kind of connection there. But what is it exactly? What does Bill want? What's Ford's role in all this? Who knows? This was a fun episode, though. Thank you all for watching us watch this. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Watch responsibly.
Yes.
We won't.
If you enjoy us and the things we do, check out some of our other videos. And check out another YouTube channel we work on called Drunk on Games, where we play board games with drinking rules. We also play Legacy game. Currently, we're doing Pathfinder. We're nearing the halfway point, I think. I think we decided to keep going with that. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we live stream. All the archives are up. And if you subscribe to us, thank you so much. We're like at we're over 2.8, close to 2.9 thousand subscribers, which is great. I don't know what we're gonna do once we hit 3,000. Probably something special we should do. We didn't do. I mean, I tried to do something for the 2000 one. But,
Jesse eats gross things. Part 2.
Jesse eats a full salad. Part 1.
And by the way, I like apples. I joke because I knew people like that, and that's a funny thing for an old wizard man to do.
That's for laughs.
Apple slices. I'll eat those last. Oh, that was Weird Al Yankovic, by the way.
That was?
He played the wizard. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That just makes this episode even better.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great episode. There is an episode of television that is J.K. Simmons and Weird Al talking to each other. Imagine it. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye, Internet.